On an ordinary summer day in 79 AD, a mountain in southern Italy roared to life. What was once a serene and majestic landscape was suddenly transformed into a scene of unimaginable chaos and destruction. Mount Vesuvius, known for its picturesque beauty, had awakened in a violent eruption that would forever mark the pages of history. The eruption was sudden, unexpected, and catastrophic. Without warning, the mountain's peak exploded, sending a towering plume of ash, pumice, and gas into the sky. The once clear blue Italian sky was darkened by a monstrous cloud that billowed and grew with each passing moment. The earth shook violently, and the air was filled with the terrible roars of the mountain's fury. Nestled at the foot of this raging giant was the city of Herculaneum, a vibrant city full of life and bustling with the vibrant energy of its inhabitants. As Vesuvius erupted, the city was plunged into darkness. Panic ensued as the citizens of Herculaneum tried to comprehend the scale of the catastrophe unfolding before their eyes. The day turned into night, and the once bustling city streets were filled with cries of panic and fear. The eruption was not a brief event. For hours, Vesuvius continued to spew volcanic material into the sky. The city of Herculaneum, trapped in the shadow of the mountain, was soon buried under a thick layer of ash and pumice. The scale of the eruption was immense, and the city stood no chance against the relentless onslaught of Vesuvius. In the immediate aftermath of the eruption, Herculaneum was a city silenced. The vibrant streets were now eerily quiet. The buildings and homes were buried, and the citizens were entombed in the very place they once lived their everyday lives. All signs of life were erased, and Herculaneum was lost to the world. And just like that, Herculaneum, a bustling city full of life, was silenced forever under a thick layer of volcanic material. The tragedy of Mount Vesuvius serves as a stark reminder of the power of nature and the impermanence of human civilizations. But to truly understand the significance of this event, we must travel back in time to the founding of Herculaneum. Let's go back, way back, to the era of the ancient Greeks who first laid the city's foundations. Herculaneum was not just any city, it was a beacon of wealth and prosperity. Imagine a city embellished with sophisticated architecture, streets echoing with the hustle and bustle of vibrant culture. The city's strategic location near the sea made it a hub for trade and commerce, attracting the affluence of the region. But it wasn't just about the money. Herculaneum was a mosaic of different walks of life, all bound together by the city's charm and allure. From its grand public buildings to its luxurious private residences, every aspect of Herculaneum reflected the grandeur of its inhabitants. The city buzzed with an energy that was both infectious and inspiring. Herculaneum was more than just a city. It was a testament to the grandeur of ancient civilizations. Fast forward to that fateful day in 79 AD, Herculaneum met an abrupt and tragic end. On this day, Mount Vesuvius roared to life, spewing a deadly cocktail of ash, pumice, and superheated gases into the sky. The eruption took the city's residents by surprise. Despite the trembling earth and darkening sky, the people of Herculaneum had little time to flee. The first wave of pyroclastic material, a fast-moving current of hot gas and volcanic matter, descended upon the city. With temperatures soaring to over 400 degrees Celsius, it was a catastrophe from which there was no escape. In the blink of an eye, the bustling city was silenced. Buildings collapsed under the weight of the volcanic debris, streets disappeared, and the people who once called Herculaneum home were entombed in a fiery grave. But in this destruction, there was a peculiar form of preservation. The intense heat and rapid deposition of volcanic materials had a unique effect on Herculaneum. Unlike Pompeii, where organic materials were destroyed, the high temperatures at Herculaneum carbonized these materials. Wood turned to charcoal, food was scorched in the hearths, and the bodies of the victims were reduced to their skeletal remains. The city was buried, yes, but it was also preserved in an eerily perfect state. Herculaneum's destruction was its salvation. Beneath the layers of ash and pumice lay a perfectly preserved snapshot of Roman life. The frescoes on the walls were still vibrant, the mosaics still intact. There were still loaves of bread in the ovens, and the skeletal remains of the victims were still in their final resting places, a silent testament to the city's final moments. In a tragic twist of fate, the very disaster that wiped Herculaneum from the face of the earth also immortalized it. The city was encased, preserved under the volcanic debris, waiting for the day when it would be unearthed and its story retold. In an instant, Herculaneum was frozen in time, a snapshot of life in 79 AD. Centuries later, Herculaneum would be rediscovered, offering a unique window into the past. In the year 1700, more than 16 centuries after its destruction, Herculaneum was stumbled upon by well diggers. As they dug deeper, they unearthed the ancient city buried beneath layers of volcanic material. This accidental discovery marked the beginning of an archaeological journey that would span centuries. The early excavations were as destructive as they were constructive. Treasure hunters and souvenir seekers pillaged the site, taking away precious artifacts. However, the onset of scientific archaeology in the late 19th century signaled a shift in approach. Led by dedicated archaeologists, the focus moved from mere treasure hunting to a systematic exploration of the city. The excavations unveiled a city frozen in time. Preserved beneath the volcanic debris were multi-story buildings, beautiful frescoes, intricate mosaics, and wooden objects that normally would have decayed over time. Even the imprints of wooden furniture and charred food items were found, offering a detailed snapshot of daily life in a Roman city. The archaeological work at Herculaneum continues to this day. Modern techniques such as laser scanning and digital modeling are being employed to document and analyze the site. However, the task is not without its challenges. The very elements that preserve the city also threaten its existence. Exposure to air and sunlight has led to the deterioration of some structures and artworks. Efforts are underway to protect and conserve this invaluable heritage. But Herculaneum is more than just a collection of ruins. It's a living history book, offering insights into the lives of people who walked its streets 2,000 years ago. From the grand villas of the wealthy to the modest homes of the ordinary citizens, every corner of the city tells a story. Today, Herculaneum stands as a poignant reminder of nature's power and a priceless time capsule of ancient life. Whether you're a history buff, an archaeology enthusiast, or simply curious about the past, Herculaneum beckons with its stories waiting to be discovered.